Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Perla, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Perla's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give while we're working with her, and also the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You'll notice that Fred keeps that collar high up behind her, on her neck, behind her ears for maximum control, and we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Well, as you can see, Perla is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command they're going to demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Perla take off doing that now. And the command that you're going to give her is Perla heel, and you're going to simply start walking, and Perla should then fall in line, heeling appropriately at your left-hand side. What this means is she should not be lagging behind or lunging ahead on that leash, and she should be keeping pace with you whether you're walking at a faster pace or a slower pace. We've also gone ahead and incorporated an automatic sit into our heeling exercise, and there's an example right there, and you'll see them frequently throughout this training video. And that means anytime that you're out walking with Perla and you stop your feet, she should sit there right nicely at your left heel position. Another example. Good girl. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, and it's a hand and voice command. Going to use the open flat of your left palm in front of her muzzle, the one-word command to stay, and then out to the end of your training leash. Now Perla should remain seated in this position for your long sit stay and should not break. When you're practicing this command at home, you're going to start at about 30 seconds, and upon her success, you'll increase your intervals over time, working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit stay. Be sure that you're practicing this command very often throughout the day to help build up that ability to sit and stay for longer periods of time as well. When Fred returns back, he's going to walk all the way around and behind her in a counterclockwise motion, returning so that Perla is directly again on his left-hand side in heel position, and they're going to demonstrate their heel, sit, and stay for you again. Your automatic sit. Your stay command. Now Fred's going to walk out to the end of the leash and give Perla a moment to practice holding her sit stay, and then they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command. For this command, you're going to call Perla in using her name in a happy tone, where she should get up, come in, and sit directly in front of you. Nicely done. And we have an exercise called the finish, where she returns to heel position by heeling around the right side of you, around the back of you, returning to your left hand side, sitting nicely. And Fred and Perla are going to go ahead and demonstrate that stay command, or the recall command for you again. It calls her in, she comes in, sits nicely. Very important that she sits when she comes in. You're promoting the appropriate behavior of sitting while you're working on her not jumping up on you. Good girl. The finish around the right side, around the back, to your left side, sitting nicely. Now it's very important that when you're working Perla through her commands and she's doing a great job completing them, you let her know so by using lots of positive reinforcement and praise. You just saw Fred give her a little pet on the head there. You'll also hear him intermittently using some verbal praise by telling her she's doing a good job and a good girl. Make it fun and motivating for her by letting her know she's doing a good job. Now the next command that they're going to demonstrate is the first of our down commands, and it's down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, but this time straight down towards the ground, the one-word command to down. And before you walk out to the end of your leash, give that stay command. And of course, with your long down stay, she should remain laying down in this position and should not break. And you're going to want to practice this command frequently as well to help build up the ability to down stay. Start again at 30 seconds, and upon her success, increase your intervals, working up to a total of 5 minutes for your down stay. So that's 3 minutes for your sit stay and 5 minutes for your down stay. Fred's going to return back. Again, all the way around. Good job. They will demonstrate that again. This is a good time to remind you that although you should be incorporating your commands into your everyday activities and schedule, You want to make sure that you're setting aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work Perla through her commands in a formal obedience training session such as this video here. It's great practice for both yourself and Perla in transitioning back into the house with her new commands. Fred leaves her in another down stay. Give her a moment to hold it, and then they're going to demonstrate that recall or come on command from the down position this time.
Perla, come.
She gets on up, comes on in. You hear Fred tell her, good girl. Sits nicely. And around the back. If at any time Perla does not follow through with any of her commands, or she completes them inappropriately, or displays negative behavior, you're going to tell her no in a nice firm voice, followed by a tug and release on that training collar, and you'll repeat the command, and we will go over again with you on your one-on-one lesson how to do so. So they're going to demonstrate the second of our down commands, and that's down from a heel position. So Fred's going to heel her around and put her in a sit-stay. He's going to walk out to the end of the leash, and from the end of the leash he's going to use his right hand to give Perla the down command, where she should drop into a down directly where she is sitting. She went into a down with an itch, but we will let her repeat that just to show you. Fred's going to return back. I'll demonstrate that one more time.
Stay. Down.
Good girl. We just wanted to make sure that she was following through, and she did a good job. So we've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Perla has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Perla. We ask that you keep us posted on her progress. And thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.